35. Usman, the taller man by an inch. Slightly more pronounced.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I need you to fight hard. I need you to fight clean. If you want to touch, now's the time.
All right, tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by GovX.com. Savings for the...
He's got to be careful with that. That's the problem. Usman wants him precisely where he wants him. 30-second elbow.
And Masvidal grinning here.
For anyone that does any kind of martial arts training, they know this position. Kamaru's going to watch those. He's going to try and pass guard. He's back in Masvidal's world, and we saw there in the opening stanza.
This one, Usman attacks the body. Both guys.
Masvidal looks very sharp here tonight, and that's because he hasn't killed. Gets in on the single leg. Get that arm off. There it is. And look at that. Great work. Turn off the fence. The problem is
Masvidal has landed some nice elbows through 3+ minutes.
Particularly significant. That's going to damage him, but he's slowing him down. It's you know, disheartening. Oh, there's that switch that knocked out Darren. Masvidal's fighting at a crazy pace. You've got to wonder if you can keep
heads that open that cut on the Usman, and a left-hand connection for Gamebred.
You see, when Usman tries to...
Right hand appeared to briefly stagger Kamaru Usman. Right hand over the top for Gamebred.
Okay, I mean, maybe, you know, but Perillo said to me, he said, Mike, don't have these negativities. He's part of America's top team. One of the best, if not...
Jorge also mentioned that Masvidal had
a real smile, maybe it's a bit of gamesmanship.
Thought maybe he'd fight for the underhook, instead lands the elbow.
There, but it's not a smart strategy. That was a good shot though. Slowly chip away, stomp on the feet, knee the thighs, stomping on his toes, punching him in the stomach, and he's chipping away you know. Yeah, I mean, he's not exerting too much energy, he's just staying real. I'm not in any threat. Ooh, turning it on there.
Didn't miss with that one.
No, for Usman. You know. He's in the corner of Masvidal. He's agreed 6 days' notice, but that's always the danger. He's very explosive. He's got knockout power. He's slow.
All right, clinch strikes.
Ref, have a word.
I love when you say, "Come on, ref."
Those
total of clinch control time. Usman has stayed busy through much.
He's indeed there.
For Masvidal, he has stuffed 7 of 8 shots.
Yeah, listen, he's defending.
Walk away from your corner, please. I saw it completely. No. Jorge, you look at me. No problem, you take time.
Not necessarily a groin strike, but hey, Masvidal. Century though, look at that, very, very nice. Trying to pull him away from the fence now. Whoa. Wow. Big takedown.
Yeah, you go. Shoulder pressure.
I mean, that was a big explosion from Masvidal was hip to hip, exploded.
He does his best work.
Yeah, who's been trying to do a can opener here? I'm not sure what he needs to go to work. I mean, he worked hard to get this fancy footwork, no kicks to the body. Push him up against the fence, dig him down. I mean,
fingers out, Jorge. Fingers
is
out.
it the most exciting thing people are watching?
UFC 251.
Together, there it is. Thought about a guillotine for a second, but now he's going to take the back, close him down,
and break him down. Now a level change.
Oh, and a big them down. Isn't having his way with Jorge. He labored, understandably so.
Little flat-footed,
but he's still dangerous. Still defending takedowns. Masvidal has a chin.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Has been finished. It was an inverted triangle choke.
He knows his skill sets, what he's good at, and winning the fight is the most important thing. Be the most exciting fight.
This UFC welterweight championship, will there be a baptism? Will May in these clinch situations? Round 5 underway. Tough to give him one from there, my friend.
Yeah, you know, he's still fighting a good fight. But
Usman to the body.
Jorge's looked so smart trying to... Away from the movement now, got him right where he wants him. Chip. You know, it's hard. These wrestlers, the ability.
Post his will since 5 of 16 now.
Separation and then explode. But I was thinking the 5th round, you know.
Oh, he's a born fighter.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think if 90 seconds passed, then Usman remains.
9 wins to get a title shot. Then he beat Woodley, then Covington.
Names he's beaten along the way is pretty incredible.
Yeah, Leon Edwards all
put a stamp on it.
Well, this has been the narrative over the second half of the fight. Couple good knees from us. Final 10 seconds of this motion. All right, one final time tonight. The veteran voice, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 50-45, 50-45, and 49-46 for the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare, Usman.
Well, what else can you say, Michael? The winning streak is 16. He's 12-0 in the UFC, and as underappreciated as he may be, when you start to tie guys like George St. Pierre for UFC records, eventually that love's got to come.
I mean, listen, 17-1 by any stretch of the imagination is an incredible record, and he fought the smart fight. He did what he needed to do. He fought through a little bit of adversity at the start, but eventually dominated the fight, pushed him up against the fence, shut him down, took him down, and beat him down, to be honest. But Masvidal, I mean, credit to that man. Made it exciting the whole time, didn't give up. But tonight belongs to Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian Nightmare and the welterweight champion of the world.
And he will head back to South Florida the way he came, as the undisputed UFC welterweight champion. And we are now joined by a man who I am proud to call one of the greatest welterweights of all time, the champion Kamaru Usman. I know this was a challenging week for you, even though you were scheduled to fight instead of your teammate. It's Jorge Masvidal, and you did what you do best tonight, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, John. Yeah, like Gamebred is the biggest, baddest dude out there right now. And I had to switch gears and prepare for him on 6 days' notice. You know, I know a lot was made of him of taking the fight on short notice. But, you know, he's preparing. All these guys, they're preparing for one guy, and that's me at the top of the mountain. And I had to make a mental shift. I mean, I trained for Gilbert. I had a completely different game plan.
Right.
And I had a lot of little things, you know, coming into the fight. But, you know, that's no excuse. Gamebred is tough, and he showed it out there. You know, he took a lot of big elbows down there on the bottom. But he kept getting up, he kept fighting, and he didn't quit.
Seemed like a good rapport in the corner there, as is well documented. You didn't have Henry Hooft and your normal guys because you were going to be fighting a teammate. How did those type of situations feel tonight with that new look corner?
No, it was great. I mean, I go with the coaches and I work with the guys that I know that I vibe with. I know that I can, you know, just bounce ideas off with, and we shared the same mind. And Trevor was great for that. Of course, you know, George Santiago. George's been with me from the start. You know, George knows me. I know him. You know, he's like a brother, big brother to me.
Yeah.
And so, of course, my brother, the ultimate hype man.
That's
you
right.
know, my brother gets wild in the corner. So it was great. And Carrington Banks, you know, a monster in himself, you know, fighter. And I've trained with him since Black Zillion days. And so guys that knew me, guys that know that how I work and my work ethic and how to just kind of, you know, work with me and talk me through certain situations.
In many respects, when it comes to your mental fortitude and your cardio, you appear to be in a league of your own. Anything at all that surprised you over these 25 minutes tonight?
No, I knew George is tough. You know, at the beginning, I've always said it. You know, minus all the trash talking and all the things that went on, which I know largely wasn't him.
Right.
It was, you know, the representative and all the stuff back behind the scenes. But, you know, George is a tough guy, you know, and I give him credit for that. They call him Gamebred for a reason. He's always game to fight. But, you know, he's just I'm just a levels better. You know, I have more tools in the toolbox, and when I need to pull them out, I can pull them out and use them.
Well, you put it all together tonight. You're 12-0 in the UFC. You tied George St. Pierre's record for consecutive welterweight wins. You have yet to taste defeat in the octagon. There are certainly guys lurking. Your teammate Gilbert Burns, Leon Edwards would appear deserving of a rematch. What's the forecast for the rest of 2020?
Yeah, those guys, of course, I'm at the top of the mountain. I'm the champion. Everybody's looking at me. So there's never going to be a shortage of contenders, guys trying to challenge for the title. First and foremost, I've been training for a long time. since February. This fight was supposed to happen in April,
right.
May, talks of June, but it didn't happen. So my daughter's been telling me I need to take her on vacation.
Yeah.
And so I wish the world would get back to normal so I can travel. I can take her to Hawaii or something and just love on my daughter.
Well, you certainly have earned that, and we have a healthy appreciation for all that you have brought to this division. Congratulations on 12-0, a second title defense. Safe travels home, my man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.